right, so we're talking with Leslie. We're talking with Leslie Whiting of Arizona Family Institute, and she's another counselor that we thought would be wonderful to talk to about this topic. So we're talking about adolescence, we're talking about screens, social media, we're talking about how this is affecting them. And earlier you said something that I thought was worth talking about. You said we're seeing major changes in adolescence, and I thought maybe you could talk about that for a minute. What are the changes you're seeing?
And so you said something, looking at something inappropriate like pornography, and I think a lot of teens today will question that and go, why is pornography inappropriate? Everybody looks at it. It's old-fashioned to think it's inappropriate. Why is it inappropriate? Is that just an old, out-of-fashion notion?
No. Pornography's wrong. Period. It's that simple. Big reason. I mean, there's lots of studies now that show that how it changes brain chemistry. That's okay. There's studies that show that now. But the biggest thing to me is it is about relationships. It's like what do I believe that sex is really about? Is sex about this image that I see on the screen? What I watch these people doing, or is sex about love and reconnection and recommitment in a serious relationship?
So it ties in perfectly to the instant gratification thing, right?
Yes.
Is it about me? Is it about me eating the Snickers bar right now?
Right.
Or is it about
Me developing
something long-term?
Right. Because with one of the things that I go over with kids a lot is like, why no sex before marriage?
Yeah.
Because they don't get that.
Right, everyone's doing it.
Everybody's
What's the big
doing it.
deal?
What's the big deal? And delayed gratification in a marriage is huge. It really does play into finances massively.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest reasons for divorce, sex and money.
Yeah.
And so if sex is just for my satisfaction, and it's just like I want to right now because I'm in the mood.
Right.
And if I want to buy this or I want to buy that, then I'm going to. We start talking about sex, we're going to start getting out the chocolate here.
So Leslie, I want to ask a specific question. How does, let's talk about the spouse of the porn addict, okay? So this brain chemistry that's changing, and we'll just pick on the men for just a second. We know that pornography is not just a male issue.
No.
It's also a female issue. But
Right.
But let's talk specifically about how a female spouse of an addict might be affected, and how that male brain has changed. And talk a little bit about, you work with those types of questions.
I work with a lot of the wives. I
Yeah.
let the other guys here in the office see the addicts, the men. I don't do that anymore. And so I work with the wives. And it is about their self-respect. They have none. They feel like they will never measure up to that image there, that they are just, that all that they are there for is just to satisfy their husbands, that they have no worth, no value if they are not a sexual object. And so it all comes back to there is no trust, there is no, the idea of love and commitment is out the door. How do I trust that you really are that you do love me, that you do want me? Even when the man has never physically strayed and has just looked at pornography, the wives still are impacted.
It sounds like they mentally are really impacted. The assumptions that
Very
I won't
much
measure
so.
up.
I won't measure up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just an object.
Mm-hmm.
Women are just objects, maybe. Yeah.
Yep. I'll never do. I'll never be. I'll never.
Yeah.
And then, if husbands, want to explore other things, it's like, did you see that online?
Right.
So that's just dirty.
Yeah.
And so it inhibits all about the whole idea of even just exploring sexuality in a marriage, a healthy sexuality in a marriage when there's pornography there. The woman won't go there to just explore healthy sexuality.
Her fear is that outside source is
that's
coming
what's
into
triggering.
a marriage.
You're just
Yeah.
wanting that because you saw
I
this.
see.
And what is your response to women who say, hey, I'm open-minded, it's okay with me, in fact, we do it together. Is there a danger there?
If both parties are really open to that, and it's not affecting either one of them, that's their choice, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I have seen many, many wives down the road,
So they start off with that mentality.
and then I see them down the road, and they
Yeah.
come back and they go, my husband talked me into doing this, we did this, I feel horrible, I don't like who I am, I thought this would help our marriage, and now I can't even, right.
Even sometimes they'll start off very open-minded and think, oh, this is no big deal, but it ultimately has a negative
It does.
consequence.
I've seen several couples